What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is time for some more unboxing without the boxes plastic show and tell mail call video here on the channel. Didn't post one of these last month. Just been doing a lot of other things. Just kind of stepped back from the channel a little bit. I've had some weird things go on with the view counts and stuff, and it's just been kind of a mess, and I've been trying to kind of not necessarily detach myself from it, but also kind of reminding me that there's other things in my life other than just disc golf and this YouTube channel. I've been fishing a little bit, I've been paddling a little bit, I've been just going out for super casual rounds occasionally where I don't really film much, or I'm not really testing anything or anything like that. But I do have a nice stack of plastic here that I've taken into the inventory since I last spoke to you guys, and I figured it would be fun to do another plastic show and tell kind of mail call video here and show off a number of different things. Some of this was from sponsors, some of it was stuff I bought for myself, and then these were actually discs that I got in a trade with my Upper Park teammate Emily Dale. She sent me a pair of these for a pair of Thrashers off of my shelf, and this is the first time I've had a Comet in probably over 10 years. This is a disc that I bagged very early on when it was one of the first mid-ranges I had. I believe the second mid-range I ever had was a Comet, and it was a Z Comet. This one is one of the old ESP ones. Feels really nice to me. It's got a bunch of ink on it. I don't necessarily want to show people's old phone numbers and stuff on the video, but there is a little look at this thing. It's got some warps to it, but I really like the feel of this old ESP blend. I have a feeling this one's going to be fun to throw, and maybe it's something I'll end up bagging. But the Comet was a disc that is a disc that is missing from my reviews playlist. I don't believe I have any type of Comet review on here. They featured in my old in the bag videos and disc recommendation videos and stuff. This is a somewhat newer Comet in the Crystal Sparkle Ledgestone run. Really pretty looking disc, and there's a look at the rim shape of the Comet. So slow, ultra neutral to understable, old school mid-range. Old school mid-range for sure. And I have a couple of very old discs in this set of stuff to show you, including this guy here. I'm not exactly sure when this would have been manufactured, but it's definitely been around for a little while. I'm really excited to get out and test these. So thanks to Emily for the trade. Hopefully she enjoys the Thrashers. I'm not really throwing those anymore. I'm definitely not throwing those anymore. So I was happy to move them on to somebody who can get some use out of them and bring in a couple of Comets for the inventory. Should definitely have a Comet review in the playlist, and it's definitely a disc I should have laying around somewhere in the inventory, so I'll hold on to at least one of these two beyond any type of review, and we'll go from there. Okay, I've been throwing Innova again, guys. Kind of weird, People have been following the channel, and my personal in the bags know that I've been a trilogy guy pretty much for the last several years now, with sprinkling in different things here and there. It's never a hard and fast rule. Now I'm throwing NSH custom discs, of course. I got the old soft magnet back in the bag that's been working really nice. I threw that thing again this weekend, which went well. And during testing for disc review number 300, I broke out my old Valkyrie, and I was enjoying that. And then I found this beauty in the rack at the Disc Golf Depot. Still got a Sharpie price tag on it, $15.99, and this thing was a great deal in the used rack at the Disc Golf Depot. I've gotten so many awesome discs from that used rack over the years, including my old 4-chain soft magnets that I throw. Like, I got those for $3 or $4 a piece many years ago now, and I've thrown them so many times. And then this one was a score. Really clean, pre-flight number, Innova Champion Valkyrie. It's even got like this little dip right there. See that little shadow part right there? Perfect for your thumb. I love that. When a disc has like a little indentation that just makes it like a perfect spot for my thumb to tuck in, I really like that. This thing looks better out in the sunlight. My camera's coloring is just all messed up right now. I don't know what is going on. That looks better, but this thing looks... It's kind of like a peachy orange out in the sun. It's definitely got some discoloration over the years, but really nice feel. And if you're new to disc golf and you've seen the term PFN, that means pre-flight number, and that's what this is. So you can see there's no flight numbers on this disc, right? So that's what that means. PFN is pre-flight number. I've seen so many discs for sale various places that are listed as PFN that have flight numbers on them, and it's like, yo, that means pre-flight number. So if there's flight numbers, clearly it's not pre-flight number. This must have been somewhere around the changeover when the flight numbers first happened, because the logos are the same, but there's flight numbers there. So that's the difference, basically. This is a Champion Destroyer I found out in the pond at Dabney. Was unsuccessful in returning it. Have not thrown it yet, but I've been bagging it in case I want to give it a shot for the last couple rounds. But I have not actually broken it out to see how it flies. But yeah, Champion Destroyer. This one's got a very similar feel, but it's kind of gummy, soft. Feels really nice. And then I also got another Wraith. Been throwing that Pro Wraith I showed you guys, and it's been working out really nice. So I wanted to try some kind of new run stuff, and I got this nice Poppy Top Star Wraith. I dig this stamp quite a bit. Big heartbeat pop top on this guy. Definitely a nice stable flyer. Has some carry to it. Hooks up at the end of the flight, but still haven't thrown it a ton either. So that's that. Moving on from there, I bought myself an Escape. I had some trade-ins and stuff, and I heard about this new run of Lucid Ice Orbit Escapes. So basically the rim is like kind of orbit opaque, kind of like a milky pink-white, and then nice dome on this particular Escape. Helps it carry, even though the Escape already has so much glide. And this is a nice run for sure. It's definitely a little bit more understable than I was expecting, but that doesn't bother me. Nice, smooth flyer, but I've only thrown it, I think, once so far. But it got me what I needed on the whole. I broke it out at Fort Stevens, and during its first test round. I love the lettering on this thing. Round out my personal stuff, and we'll move on to some sponsored stuff. Picked up a new Dagger for myself. This one is from Fort Stevens State Park, and I was able to play out there for the first time this weekend. We were on our way to Seaside for the Corgi Beach event, which was amazing. Anybody who follows me on Instagram knows I love corgis. I follow a million corgi pages, and I'm always sharing pictures of corgis and stuff. Dagger, as you guys probably know, very deep dish, big bead putter, and these things fly so nice on backhand. It's just crazy. And I've wanted another one to mess around with, and this one was at Fort Stevens, only $10 with this beautiful stamp on it, and just kind of represent Oregon State Parks. Love it. I was really happy to find it. Broke it out on the course, and its first throw ever literally just slid up, hit the base of the pin. I threw it a few more times, and it's just money. I really love these things backhand. They're so neutral, and they fly so nice. They glide on such a nice slow line. Dagger is awesome. If you putt with a Dagger and you haven't tried throwing it backhand, don't sleep on it, because it's a really legit disc. But first time out at Fort Stevens, pretty cool. Kind of it's a former military base, obviously, and so there's all kinds of concrete structure. Some of the holes kind of play around the concrete structures and stuff, which I thought was really cool, and had a great time checking out the course. Only played the front 11 or so. I was killing it, though. I was playing the shorts, and I had a number of birdies, absolute park jobs over and over. I was really hitting lines nice, and I was really enjoying throwing slower discs and on baskets that I can reach. You know, I'm so tired of just like throwing a driver as far as I can and then chipping up over and over again on so many of these kind of more longer, more modern style courses. I'm tired of it, guys. I want to throw a putter and have a chance that it goes in the basket. Sue me. I don't care anymore. Okay, next we got the Arowana, and this is from Elevation Discs. Elevation Disc Golf, you can find their information in the description below, of course. They've sent me a few different things to test from their lineup, and this is one of my favorite things that they've sent me so far. I love that it's an Arowana, such a beautiful, interesting fish. I love fish in general. That's kind of why I started fishing again. I've always been fascinated by fish, and so I really like the naming scheme on some of these. This one is probably the one I'd be more likely to carry, just because it's a bit easier to see and to film. But I have carried both of them. I've used them a little bit on some different rounds, and they fly awesome, guys. They're really soft and rubbery, as all the discs from Elevation are. They are literally rubber discs, and they're grippy like crazy. Just unbelievable amount of grip on this thing. Very, very low ground play with how soft and floppy it is. Just kind of digs, doesn't go anywhere. And these like to ace run. These like to ace run, and then if you miss and it doesn't go in, which it hasn't so far, they'll land like next to the basket and go absolutely nowhere. So there's no jump, skip, roll, none of that. They'll just kind of land and sit. They're both, I think, 170-ish. Here's a look at the rim design on this thing. So it's a beadless putter, kind of puddle top and nice stability where it flips up a little bit and then settles into a really nice line for me. So I've been digging these quite a bit, and they're something that I will continue to use and to carry out there, and will definitely be a disc I will be considering to break out in the winter in particular. Moving on, finally, we have 2 new releases from NSH Custom Discs. They're one of my main sponsors at this point. You can use my code DiscGolfNerd10, same code that'll save you 10% off anything from Upper Park. Also save you some money on NSH Custom Discs, except for my signature Defiant or other team or tour series discs like that. This is the newest disc, the Bat'Leth, and then this one came out right before that, and this is the Bird of Prey. And you might have noticed already that both of these discs have multiple kind of rims, right? So there's like a second rim on the flight plate there. These, if you're not familiar, are 3D printed discs. They're generally made to order, which is really cool. If you order a custom one, it's a one of a kind. He'll make it, print it, and send it out to you, and you'll have basically a one of one if you pick a custom color combination, or you can put custom logos and designs on there. Anything you want to do, he can do a ton of different cool stuff. This one glows as well. And the Bird of Prey has that extra rim in there, adding some stability. And this is a distance driver that's definitely a bit more stable than the NX01 so far, but I've only thrown it a couple of times, so I can't really speak on that one. And the newest disc is the Bat'Leth, and this one is kind of along the same lines as the Hexus and Nexus, but it has that double rim again. And this one adds some extra torque resistance and some extra stability, so it's kind of in between a Nexus and a Mr. Putt. Flies more like the Nexus, but has torque resistance and some decent fade at the end of the flight. I've only thrown it a few times. This one is in a very gummy and soft material. I'm actually going to throw in a clip of NSH Custom Discs team member Taylor from Ursa Disc Golf throwing this thing, since I don't have any footage on it yet. He was kind enough to email me a clip of him throwing it, showing off the torque resistance on this disc, so thank you to him for that. Go check out his channel in the description below, or check him out on Instagram, Ursa Disc Golf. And that's definitely been the word on the street about these, is that they can handle some pop out of the hand for sure. So if you're looking for something that's got a little bit more stability, you want to try some NSH Custom Disc plastic, the Bat'Leth probably be a great place to start. So that's the Bat'Leth. We got the Bird of Prey. Thank you once again to NSH Custom Discs. They've been awesome to work with. I made my dreams come true with the NSH Disc Golf Nerd Defiant. I mean, I threw that thing 3 times, I think, out at Fort Stevens. 2 of them were birdies. The other one was an easy par. Like, every single round, I'm getting a park job birdie with that Defiant somewhere along the lines. Even if there's only one hole I throw it on, I almost always get a birdie with it out there. So we got a Dagger. We got the Lucid Ice Orbit Escape. Beautiful disc. Great grip on that thing, too. We got a Poppy Top Star Wraith. Send help. Back to throwing Innova, guys. What's going on? It must be 2008 again or whatever. Champion Valkyrie. Pre-flight number Champion Valkyrie. Post-flight number Champion Destroyer that has some ink, so I'm going to put it over here. And then, last but not least, we got this pair of Comets to test. So, that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate everybody who continues to support the channel, my viewers, my fans, my Patreon support team members, my 2 main sponsors, Upper Park Disc Golf and NSH Custom Discs. Once again, you guys can use the same code for both of those sponsors, save money, and help support me. It's just a really simple way to help keep the ball rolling here. Thank you very much for watching. I will talk to you all very, very soon. Cheers.